Hey there, welcome to Scripting 3, where you can learn all about JavaScript in short tutorials of around 3 minutes or less. And today is the first video in a series about installing, running, and getting Parcel JS up and running. And I want to highly recommend this application, this library. It's actually a bundler. It has the most amazing speed and ease of use, and will get you up and running with React in no time at all. So let's dive in. You can see here I have my package JSON open, and then for this project, we're just going to have some basic setup, and then I will run through the code with that. So the basic setup here, I've got React, I've got React DOM, I've got React Router DOM, and I've got style components. Style components might be a new thing for you, but we'll talk a little bit about that in this series too. And then in my dev dependencies, I've got Babel preset environment, I've got Babel preset React, and I've got Parcel bundler. And this has to be the smallest package JSON that I've ever worked with for setting up React. And then we look up here, we've got the start, our npm start. We've got Parcel and then index.html. So the index.html is the entry point. And then for the build, we've got Parcel, and then the build, we've got index.js as the entry point. And then the output is this public directory, which you'll notice in my file structure here isn't there. They will get made automatically. And we'll talk about this as the series goes through. So quickly, just to look over our structure here, we've got our node modules there, and then our source. And in my case, in the source, I've got my components, and then my components has got an image folder there with one image in it called puppy, which is this cute puppy. Then I've got my app.jsx, my home.jsx, page2.jsx, and then style.css. And we'll look at each of these as through the series. Then I've got my Babel RC, and the Babel RC is pretty straightforward. It's got the env set up here, which accounts for all environments. And then we've got React is there as well there. And then in my git ignore, I've got ignore the node modules and ignore the cache. And we'll look at the cache when we get going. Then down here, I've got my index.html. I've got a basic index.html here too. I've got one piece of styling in there, but the key thing there is the root, which we're going to be using to render React from. And another thing here is that the script is coming from the index.js, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. And then in my index.js here, I've got this basically React DOM, and then the app from the source code and the components apps.jsx. And this should be familiar to you. So it's going to render the app through that root element ID there. And then I've got my package. I've got my package lock in there as well because we're using Git. And hopefully this is a good start.